Today we're speaking self-care, and self-care is part of self-love. You first is not a bad thing. If I don't take care of myself, I won't be able to take care of others because I won't have the energy to do that. So I need to take care of myself, me first. If I am well, I can help others. Also, sanity begins at home. I need to be emotionally strong. I need to be there for myself before I can be there for others. So remember, sanity begins at home. Self-care involves taking care of the whole being, the holistic care of the self, that is the emotional, the mental, the physical. And the spiritual feeds all of these. So it's important that we keep our spiritual being well nourished. We know it doesn't matter that how much energy we have stored in the body. Sometimes we just cannot do anything because the mood isn't there. Our spirituality is what drives us. We're going to concentrate on the emotional with the spiritual in the background. Now, when we speak emotional, we're speaking from the heart. How we react from the heart to people and to the environment. When we're speaking mental, it is from the brain, how we think about what we're going to do. And the physical, obviously, is our whole physical being. How we react to whatever happens in the environment. Now, when it comes to emotional being, whatever touches the heart will be an emotional experience. Everything that people may do on the outer that touches the heart is emotional. So sometimes we could become so emotional that we don't think. Now, if we are strong enough within, we have a very strong self-image that says, I am sure of what I believe and I can stand for it. So whatever people say about me, it's not going to bother me at all. It doesn't change who I am. So when I react from the heart, it will be something that says from a spiritual point of view, I'm going to act in such a way that even without thinking that I will not harm anybody else, but I will not take it on myself either to be belittled or for people to take advantage of me. So emotionally, I need to be strong, that however close to the heart it may be, I need to keep my head. So the emotions and the head, they work together, and that eventually will manifest in our physical actions. So let's come to the mental being. The more we have experienced, that says the more that's entrenched in the brain, will help us to make more informed decisions of how we're going to act. That says, if my heart says something, my head might stop what my heart wants to do because I know a little bit better. So when people say things about me that I know is not true, it shouldn't drive me nuts because I know it's not going to change who I am. I am who I am, I know who I am, and what anybody else says, that is their perception. Maybe it's a reflection of themselves that they want to put on somebody else. So don't let that bother you. Keep your head, and whatever information we have about anything in the world, let that inform the heart, and let the heart inform the head. That mental, emotional connection must always be there so that we have a balance in how it's going to be manifesting in the physical. Now, when we speak physical, it's not also just only a reaction to what is happening on the outside. I need to make choices mentally. I need to make choices about what I am going to do in my physical being, what type of person I am, where I am going to, where I am in my life, what I want to achieve. I need to keep that in mind, think that if my body is not up to it, I will not be able to achieve it. So I need to, for example, I need to eat well so that my body is kept healthy. I need to do my exercises so I can have my mobility. And as a whole, I need to be physiologically also strong. That says whatever vitamins, minerals, whatever else there is that my body requires to drive my metabolism, I need to look at that as well. So that I can achieve what I want to achieve, so that my body can perform the actions that it needs to do. I also need to sleep well. That is a spiritual act. So whether it's meditation by yourself, whether it's just walking in the forest, whatever is getting yourself away from everything else so we can spiritually re-energize and give the body that extra zest, that extra oomph to go forward. Physiological tiredness sometimes sets in because we don't know when to stop. Sometimes we do it out of love. Sometimes we just get so involved, we are so emotionally involved in what we are doing that we don't think about the effect it has on the body, and sometimes we just reach burnout, and that is when we get physiologically tired. We then need to rest enough, sleep enough. But before that sets in, love yourself enough to take time out to go and take a nap even during the day if you have to. How we react mentally and emotionally, that says the connection between the heart and the head, that drives the feet, and that becomes our personality. We become known for either being a very emotional person, an eruptive person, a calm person, a quiet person, and our personality traits, our character traits are entrenched because of what we have learned from the environment, what we have learned in our homes, and how we process that into action. It is only the manifestation of our heart-head connection that people can see on the outside, and that's the only way they judge us. So it is important that we keep a level head, as they say, keep a calm heart. It is not always easy, and particularly if the emotions are very, very strong. If the ties that we had with something that happened on the outside, if those were very strong and they got cut, we can fall. And when we fall, we can fall apart. And our friends, our circle of friends, those who have surrounded us with, they then become the important people in our lives to help us get back on our feet again. And once we're on our feet, then get that heart strong again. When the heart is strong, only then the mind will come. But it is the heart often that drives everything. From the heart originates our spirituality as well. And if we take time out often enough to re-energize spiritually, go do cartwheels in the forest, go cartwheels on the grass field, and it can become so spiritually enriching just to be free, that when we live out what we feel inside, it becomes contentment of the heart. And contentment of the heart is what we can achieve only when we are at peace with ourselves. That says what people say about us, whatever happens on the outside, I can listen to it, but it is not going to throw me off my feet. I'm going to keep focus on my purpose in life, and that will keep me on my path. And it doesn't matter what anybody says about me. I will strut tall, I will walk my path, and I will achieve what I have set out to achieve. Not everybody wants good for you. Those who want good for you, cherish them.